pollution effects in the UK. Increased water temperatures, death of wildlife and disrupt habitats, supply of drinking water can be poisoned, increased fertilisers, and it can increase nutrients in the water, speeding up growth of algae and leading to eutrophication. Need sufficient oxygen in the water so wildlife will die. This increased algae may also block sunlight to other water plants. Toxic waste can poison wildlife. Sometimes toxins can be transferred to humans if they eat the shellfish or fish, leading to birth defects and in some cases cancer. Microbacteria in sewage can cause speed of infection and diseases in aquatic life, animals and humans. Pesticides can kill important parts of the ecosystem. Peoples whose livelihoods depend on a clean water supply, for example fishermen or workers in the tourist industry, may suffer. Water quality management in the UK and EU have strict laws which ensure factories and farms limit the amount of discharge put into rivers. Water companies which provide our drinking water and sewage systems may have clear regulations and penalties. Education campaigns. These can inform the public about the damage caused by putting inappropriate items into the sewage system, such as engine oil, baby wipes, and advise disposal correctly. Pollution traps, for example, when new roads, motorways are built close to rivers, watercourses, pollution traps such as reed beds are often installed to capture and filter out the pollution. Green roofs and walls. In cities, new buildings often have green roofs which filter out pollutants naturally in rainwater. Green roofs also offer excellent sustainable water management, which reduces the risk of flooding by reducing runoff from the roof. Green roofs can also help to combat climate change by increasing absorption of CO2 from the atmosphere. Wastewater treatments. Local water treatment plants remove suspended solids such as silt and soil, bacteria, algae, chemicals and minerals to produce clean water for human consumption. They use a number of processes to do this. Building better treatment plants and investing in new infrastructure. Better sewers and water mains can prevent spills and accidents but lead to higher water and sewage bills. To pay for investment, for example, Thames Water in London is investing heavily into sewage works and new tunnels to prevent the overflow of current sewers. Done that. I'm going to do that while I just ignore that. Community services punishment. Given to criminals convicted of crime but not sent to prison. Unpaid work. Aims help with a problem caused a crime and is as like a deterrent. It can help people with addictions, mental health problems, or learn new skills because it offers counselling sessions, drug rehabilitation, anger management sessions, literacy skills and job applications. It's a positive punishment and it gives it back to society. Given for less serious crimes like vandalism, drink driving, seen as more positive than prison. It undoes that crime and it's usually because it's usually like better than sending someone to prison by a decision by the judge. Allows people to keep their jobs on evenings and weekends. 40 to 300 hours and unpaid. Corporal punishment. Use physical fame through whipping, branding, not amputation. Most Christians disagree with it. It doesn't form criminals. It's about retribution. Jesus was flogged before he was hung on the cross. But in Psalms 98, it says, "I'll punish transgression with a rod," justifies use of corporal punishment for some Christians, but more for less serious crimes. In Sharia or Islamic law, it allows corporal punishment because the Quran says male thief and female, cut off hand of both, and if a man or woman is guilty of adultery, flog them each with 100 stripes. Law of compensation is used in many Muslim countries to swap corporal punishment for paying compensation. Some extreme Muslim groups do use these punishments freely though. Buddha said, an action, even if it brings benefit to oneself, cannot be considered if it causes physical pain to another being. Buddhism believes that cruel treatment of an offender does not make it right. What they did does not improve them. It also harms the person given the punishment. So essentially it has no benefit. Corporal punishment, so 4 is a deterrent. Aim of retribution and quick reformation. Physical pain is appropriate punishment for a serious crime. More effective in prison as people are afraid, so deterrence. Against is barbaric and inhumane. Criminals more hardened does not reform. Revenge is wrong. Unacceptable to purposely inflict pain. And the sanctity of life says even criminals' lives are sacred, so corporal and capital punishment are incompatible with this idea. Ion. An atom that has a net charge. Atom's net charge does not equal 0, but it does, when bonding, net charge equals 0 because they lose or gain electrons to achieve a noble gas configuration. An ion does not have an equal number of protons and electrons. Other aims of punishment: protection, protect society and the offender, use in prison, prevent from harming society or themselves, vindication, show law has ultimate authority to teach them respect, so prison, reparation, compensation for the victim for their loss, including repair and damage done to property, so it's restorative justice. 3 main key aims of punishment: retribution, justice by retaliation. What you have done receives a punishment, for like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, can be extreme like corporal or capital punishment. Deterrence, put people off crime by punishing them. For example, driving bans, stops drink driving. Reformation, Christians prefer this, change offenders to make them realise what they did was wrong, and becomes better citizens and people and valuable members of society. Reform includes counselling, community service, help and support, reparation, orders and treatment. It's like changing the criminal's mindset. Oh, sheep. Oh no, it's another one of these. May as well get it out of the way. Freaking hell. I paid like 2 sheet paper. La paga, pocket money. Mis padres me dan, my parents give me. Mi padre me da, my dad gives me. Euros a la semana / al mes, euros a week or month. Gasto me paga en, I spend my money on. También compro, I also buy. Saldo para el móvil, credit for my phone. Ropa, joyas, maquillaje, clothes, jewelry, makeup. Zapatilla de marca, designer trainers. Videojuegos or revistas, computer games or magazines. Mis ratos libres, my free time. Las actividades de ocio, leisure activities. Tengo muchos pasatiempos, I have lots of hobbies. La hora de comer, at lunchtime. A la hora de comer, at lunchtime. Cuando tengo tiempo, when I have time. Después del insti, after school. Los fines de la semana, at weekends. Billar or footballing is billiards or table football. And table football. Montage, to ride. Monopatín is skateboard. Cuido, with a Q. Con mis amigos, I meet up with friends. Voy de compras, I go shopping. Mi pasiones, my passion is la lectura, reading. Suelo, I usually or I tend to. Descansar, rest. Escuchar música. Yes. Periódicos, newspapers. Sano, healthy. Perezoso, lazy. Let's cognate. Me ayuda a relajarme, helps me relax. Me ayuda a olvidarme de todo, helps me forget everything. Me hace reír, makes me laugh. Necesito comunicarme, relacionarme con otra gente. I need to have contact with other people. So, soul, rap, dance, hip-hop, pop rock, jazz, música clásica and electronica is really obvious. Asistir is to attend, and usually followed with a un. Cantar, un canción, to sing a song. Teclado, keyboard. Batería, drums. Flauta, flute. Trompeta, trumpet. Mi cantante preferido es my favorite singer is un espectáculo, a show. Gira, mundial, a world tour. So Gira is a tour. Deportista is sporty, different from active. Equipo, team. Aficionado a or aficionado or hincha de, a fan of. Una fanático is a fanatic. Balonmano, handball. Cricket. These are all really deportes aquáticos, water sports, obviously. Patinaje sobre hielo, ice skating. Piragüismo or remo is canoeing or rowing. The U on the piragüismo is got a double dot above it. Submarisimo is diving. Tiro con arco is archery, we know that. IBA, I used to go. Our class is there to whatever is after the dare classes. De pesca, fishing. Ya no juego, I no longer play. Todavía hago, I still do. Batir un record break a record. Entrenar, to train. Jugar un partido contra, I play a match against. Marcar un gol, to score a goal. Montar a caballo, to go horse riding. Participar en un torneo, to participate in a tournament. Patinar, to skate. Mi jugadora preferido es, my favorite player is. Su punto culminante fue cuando, the highlight of his or her career was when el campeón o campeona de la temporada, champion of the season. Teleadicto is television addict. Concurso, game or quiz show. Documental, programas de deportes, un reality, un culebrón or telenovela is a soap opera. Comedia, comedy, una serie policíaca, a crime series. Telediario or las noticias, the news. Me gustan las comedias, I like comedies. Entreteniendo, entertaining. Informativo, informative. Emocionante, exciting. Tonto, silly.